right. Thank you, thank you. I've seen that video probably 20, 30, 100 times, and it still gives me goosebumps. It's pretty cool what we do to Hard Rock Stadium. Hi, I'm Ron. I oversee sales for F1 Miami. I'll give you guys a broad overview of what it takes to put on this race. As you saw, that is a fly-through video of what used to be a parking lot around Hard Rock Stadium, which is pretty crazy that we turned that into an F1 track. And I'm excited to kind of walk you guys through what we actually do to put this race on. Just to give you an idea, well, I'm going to start here. Hard Rock Stadium, I'm going to name a few names for you. Tom Brady, Tua Tagovailoa, Lewis Hamilton, Mayweather, Federer, Lionel Messi, all those people have played or done some sort of sporting event at Hard Rock Stadium, which makes it the global destination. We host football games, soccer games, F1, tennis, you name it, concerts, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, U2, everybody has performed at this stadium, and now we have an F1 track, which makes it one of the most, I would say, incredible stadiums that there is, not in just the United States, but in the world. Even Ticketmaster had to say it's one of the best stadiums in the United States as far as the most unique experiences that we bring. So really, really fascinating how we can host all these on, what was just a football stadium to now expand it outside. Miami's booming right now, so that's why we have to bring all these big events to the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. You guys know the growth of Miami. It's pretty fascinating what's happened in this region over the past few years. Real estate, population growth, the number of people moving here from Central, South America, the West Coast, Northeast. It's imperative for us to keep bringing events to here to make sure we can reach a broad demographic. With that being said, we also attract a lot of tourists to our stadium in this region, so every event that we bring is made for the demographics of South Florida. What we try to do at F1, and it's really hard to do, we try to bring a Super Bowl, an Art Basel, you name it, we try to bring it to a circuit around the track. Right? There's so many different types of people that come to F1 events, and it's not just a race anymore. Yes, it is a race. It's 2 hours. Usually Max Verstappen is the winner. But what we try to do is bring other things to the track to kind of draw more attention. We host events throughout the track for guests and anybody that wants to come and enjoy it. Anything other than a race, they can enjoy it here at the circuit. So we want to make sure, whether you're coming for all 3 days during race weekend or just on Sunday, that there's something else available for you before the race starts and after the race starts. F1, especially the Miami race this past year, just to give you guys an overall idea, the Super Bowl, which is probably one of the most watched events in the world, carries around 50 million viewers for just that one event that's in February. Our race alone, and usually most F1 races, have 67 million viewers. And there's 23 races around the world, and each race draws that kind of attention, which is pretty crazy to say that there's about 23 Super Bowls spread across the world every other week during the F1 season. We had over 200 million on our F1 channels, which is through the app, and then in over 180 different broadcast territories all across the globe. The Miami race was top 2 as far as most watched F1 races this past year. Our race time starts at 3 p.m. usually, so it does attract the European and South American audience as well. So we do get a lot of eyeballs on this race. For our race in attendance, 270,000 people came to this race last year. That averages right around to 90,000 people a day that come through the gates. Our demographics are about 85% domestic, 15% international. We are trying to skew that a little bit more international, and we're doing a lot of things to draw the international crowd. But the 270,000 people that come through the gates every day, 90,000 a day, this is where the technology comes into play. We have such a massive campus, and connectivity is so important. We have 12 different 5G poles scattered throughout the campus, right? Most NFL stadiums don't have any 5G poles in their parking lots. We have 12. Connectivity is so important for our fans that come through here. Whether they can get on the Wi-Fi or the 5G, they're instantly connected here. Why that is really important? At every gate at our stadium is so far out removed from the stadium that we need Wi-Fi, we need internet access to make sure the scanners are running. So as soon as you scan in, we get that information, which is, for us, to track who's coming in, who's leaving, and whatnot. The technology scattered throughout the stadium is really important and on the grounds. 12 major antenna poles. It's incredible what our technology team does just to get internet and whatnot to something that's 2 miles away from the stadium or scattered out there. Our attendees, so 40% of our attendees have a net worth over $1 million. And so what that means for us, and 100 million in our database, there's 25,000 of people like that, and 72% of our attendees are 25 to 50 years old. What it means for us is we have to provide hospitality and entertainment for a wide group of people. If 40% have a net worth over $1 million, we need to provide hospitality that this grouping would enjoy and come back year over year. The demographics of 25 to 54, that's a wide range. A 25-year-old probably likes something different than a 54-year-old, right? A 25-year-old wants to go hang out, have fun, have a few drinks, versus the 45-year-old might want a calmer experience. And for us and our job is to make sure we have an experience made for every demographic level, every income level, and every age bracket. And so part of us, and you saw that video, there was so much hospitality, you probably lost count of how many structures we have, and that didn't even include most of the grandstands. And so it's our job to make sure we have enough hospitality, enough experiences to capture this type of audience, and it is a wide range of audience here. At the same time, we have 2x more likely our decision makers, so we host a lot of companies that have corporate hospitality, whether that's suites or club seats. Those people are entertaining their clients, and so we need to provide an experience that these C-levels or people that are entertaining clients would be proud of to bring their clients to. So there's a lot that goes into creating a race, and we have to think through every different aspect to make sure everybody that comes through that gates comes back year over year. Which draws me to this. I don't know how much of you guys know what a net promoter score is, but it's basically a survey after any event. And it basically asks you a series of questions. And basically the main question is, would you refer coming back for a friend or family? Would you come back? As anything above a 0 is pretty good. Anything above a 20 is phenomenal. And then anything above a 50 is through the roofs. In 2022, we scored a 27, which was pretty good for a first-year event. Last year, we scored a 51, this previous race, which for us on a second-year event just showed the progress that we made from year 1 to year 2. Did anybody attend the race this past year? Anybody? Okay. Anybody in year 1? I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Year 1, we saw drastic improvement. There's a lot of things we don't know when building out an F1 race. The good thing about having a year 2 race is you get to fix all your mistakes after year 1, and we saw that with the increase of the net promoter score there. 75% of our fans want to attend the next year's race, and then for us, these are the things we want to increase: the daily scheduling, things to do throughout the weekend at our track, the campus experience, shade, restrooms, concession lineage. All those things go into every detail when mapping out this race. And then the mobile app. There's about 22, 23 races across the globe. We're one of the only ones that actually have a digital ticket. And why that's important. Most races actually have paper tickets or credentials. If you're a company and you're hosting clients, you mail that credential to your client. They call you the day before, they can't attend, their kid is sick, something happens, that ticket is gone, it's lost. With digital ticketing, you can actually take that ticket back and send it to a new client or somebody else, which is really important, especially with an international race like this, which obviously is not cheap for anybody to attend. What we wanted to do with this as well, with the wide demographics of consumers coming to this race, we wanted to create great food and beverage options, multiple fan destinations. So whether you have a ticket in the Paddock Club or a ticket for the GA campus, we wanted to make sure you guys had access to different events, anything that would entertain you throughout the whole day, and then unrivaled luxury hospitality. Miami is a city that thrives on luxury. If you're anything below luxury in Miami, you know you don't come back. So we knew we had to create something, a few options that is unrivaled with the luxury hospitality known in Miami. I'll walk you through this. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Hard Rock Beach Club, but we actually, we partner with Hard Rock. They actually provide DJs and performers to come, and we actually have about 45 beach cabanas that we sell. These are 10-person suites facing a DJ or a performer with an F1 track right behind you. So this is a very, very popular spot. But we have about 285 suites scattered throughout campus. That is a lot. Most NFL stadiums have 60 to 70. We have 285 suites that hold companies or guests of 10 to 20 people. We have over 3,500 different style of club seats, and then over 60,000 grandstands and campus pass, which is our GA ticket. So there's a lot of people. There's a lot of access to viewing the race. But for us, 20,000 club seats scattered throughout there with club and luxury. It's a lot of people that we have to entertain, and then over 280 suites throughout the campus. Most of our suites, obviously every suite looks at the view, but we have a different style suite. We actually bring yachts to the track, so you can have your own personal yacht on the track facing the race while entertaining guests. We have suites that look like townhouses, so you can actually have your own little air-conditioned space. We have suites that sit on top of grandstands for the pure racing fans that want to see aerial views. So for us, we want to create different style of suites. We're also in May in Florida, so it does get hot, and so we need to provide a lot of suites with air conditioning and shade. But for us, it's we build this thing from scratch every year as well. So whatever we do, if it doesn't work in 1 year, we can actually not bring it back and kind of create a new experience in that place year over year. And then the Paddock Club. We actually spent a considerable amount of money building a permanent paddock building attached to Hard Rock Stadium. So in year one of the race, it was a semi-permanent structure. So it was built, basically when we got the race, we had a year to build this campus. And for everybody that knows, we actually play football there. The Miami Dolphins play there as well. So we can't build throughout the year. We have a very short window. The Dolphins football season ends in January. Our race is in May. And we can't start building on campus until, call it mid-January. So we have a 5-month window to build out a full-fledged campus for F1. On top of that, we host the Miami Open tennis tournament as well. So we're trying to build a campus for tennis and a campus for F1 within a 5-month window, which A, gets really expensive, and B, you're right against it. You are literally getting done a week before any race is played. So our construction team, our design team does a phenomenal job building up and getting this. But the Paddock Club this year is brand new as far as a permanent structure. So that's going to live attached to Hard Rock Stadium for the next 15, 20 years. And we're going to use that for other events. So now we can hold conferences and other events at Hard Rock Stadium with access to this Paddock Club. So it's for us, it's a dream come true because we can now kind of sell more into these spaces throughout the year. And then, yeah, with the Paddock Club, the new Paddock, there's a difference between Paddock Club and Paddock. Paddock is actually the team hospitality inside where the team, like the drivers and the team and the engineers are. So we actually build a full-fledged paddock inside Hard Rock Stadium. So there's tents for every single team that has their hospitality. So these are where the racers are getting with the engineers. This is where they're having their hospitality. This is where eating, drinking throughout the weekend. And this is built inside Hard Rock Stadium. And there's a path through Hard Rock Stadium to the actual garages where the cars are. Any questions? Good.
to the questions.
And I know I'm standing between you guys in happy hour, so I understand what kind of pressure I'm under. But any questions, let me know.
Anybody have any questions? I do have to make a statement before the question. This is the first time I hear the room laugh so much in the past 2 days. Like, they have not laughed at any of my jokes. So clearly you have a better sense of humor. Go ahead.
I said happy hour. I know how to get you guys going.
Or it's happy hour, yeah, one of the two.
Just
Ellen.
how many of the tickets really end up being purchased by businesses versus actual just end users?
Yeah, I would say it's probably a 50-50 split. Miami's a little bit different. Miami has a different, if we were in a different city, I would say it's more business users, but Miami's just a little bit different where we have a lot of high net worth in Miami, so there's a lot of individuals that also own companies, but they're going for themselves. It's probably closer to 60-40, more just fans versus businesses, but we try to accommodate a lot, and there's a lot of suites and a lot of club seats. So I would say probably closer to 60-40, 40% being companies and businesses that are hosting versus individuals. The neat thing about Miami and F1 in general, Miami is a hub, so we get a lot of South and Central American companies that are hosting in Miami in general. So we might get a slightly more skewed here. And Miami's great because it's a weekend event, and a lot of companies turn it into, obviously, we have a good excuse to being in Miami. There's other things to do. So we probably get a healthier mix of companies versus individuals here for our race.
Any more questions?
Yeah.
Is the World Cup coming? Is the World Cup coming?
Is that live stream? I would say Miami will get a World Cup. I can't tell you whether we're going to get a pool game or semi or finals. I will say most likely Miami will have some sort of World Cup soccer. I don't see why we wouldn't get some sort of soccer matches played at Hard Rock Stadium. There's a lot of factors. We are close to Central, South America. We play on natural grass, which other stadiums don't have. So there's a lot of positives for them to play soccer matches here for the World Cup. Hopefully that's not put out in the universe.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Do you get sold out in the Formula One tickets? And how do you do it?
Yeah, we've sold out. We sold out year one. We sold out year two. We just started selling for year three, so we're on our way. Our race is every May, so we start. Our process is we started actually before. So we sell out of the race before the 2023 race, which happened last May. We start renewing everybody for the following race, and we'll go for the next 3 to 4 months after the race. Anybody that was at that race gets first right to come back in their seat. And then after that, we'll start the process of selling anybody that's part of our wait list or place a deposit. So we're starting that process now, which we're officially on sale for the 2024 race, which is in 6 months. So if you guys want tickets, let me know. But yes, our suites sell very, very quickly. Our club seats sell very, very quickly. Grandstands obviously sell a lot very quickly as well, but the biggest clubs are probably our hottest ticket because the club seats do provide you with a better seat, shade. Most of our club spaces do include inclusive food and beverage. So when you come, and just so you know, all tickets that you buy are a 3-day ticket, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that is all inclusive throughout the weekend. So food, beer, wine, sparkling wine, everything's included for your weekend in that club seat. So it's actually a really, really great time. All 3 days, you're there for 3, 4, 5 hours. And it's actually a really positive place to network because we get so many C-levels or business owners that buy tickets or attend these races just because of the demographics that when you're sitting next to someone, chances are you're sitting next to someone that owns a business or is hosting, most likely maybe somebody from Central South America. So our club spaces do turn into these de facto sort of networking areas where a lot of deals get done, which is, with F1, there's a lot of downtime before the race, and then when the race is on, you have an hour and a half, but then there's after the race. So there's a lot of time to network and meet other people within your club space.
Any more questions?
I only get 2, so I don't know. You guys are going to have to fight for it. Yeah.
I do have a question. So
Yeah.
I actually started hearing about this company called Phoenix, and they work with ticketing. I don't know how in depth you go into like the ticketing part of it, but do they offer like security services when the tickets are sold? Like this company is doing something innovative. They're working like selling the tickets to an event as if they were like through blockchain. So, and I know they just signed a contract with the tennis players in Argentina, I believe.
Yeah, so we don't work with them, but all our tickets are digital. So when you purchase a ticket, you basically log into something called your account manager through Ticketmaster. So when you get in there, you're going to see all 3 days of your tickets. From there, you can transfer, or you can actually sell your tickets too. But you can either, if you have a friend, let's say you're the CEO of a company and you're hosting people all weekend and you have 2 tickets, you can actually host 3 separate groups of people throughout the weekend. You'll have a separate Friday. You can transfer that ticket to your guest. And then Saturday, you can transfer that ticket to your guest. And then Sunday, you can transfer that ticket to your guest. We are the primary distributor of tickets, so we control all tickets. The only fraud you see on tickets is when there's some resale. So if you buy your ticket off like a StubHub or somewhere else, that's where you see a little bit more fraud. But buying directly through us via Ticketmaster, we're the primary source. And so that is, we are the end user, you are the end user of that ticket. So we see less of that when purchasing directly through us.
Any more questions?
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the evening. If you guys come out to the race, enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. And maybe you'll stay up. The Vegas race is this weekend as well. So hopefully you guys can watch that.
And before you leave the stage, Ron, much like Formula One, America Digital also starts selling tickets in advance. So we have the upcoming 2024 sessions in Chile and Mexico, in case you guys want to buy tickets for that as well. Thank you so much, Ron, for your time and your presence.
Thank you.